After that green one. Yep. Let's go. Let's go, buddy. So, good morning. I don't know if you can see where we are, but we've just got onto the South Eastern Freeway. We're live and we've got 10 viewers. Happy Monday morning. So that's the down track. Hopefully you can hear me all right. We are on the South Eastern Freeway. The traffic is pretty noisy. My name's Dave, and the next pole down there, there's another rebel. His name's Keith, and he's also dressed up as a koala, and we're chained to these light poles in the middle of the freeway. I'm just going to get some notes out of my pocket. Because I've got some things that I want to talk about. So it's a matter of trying to hold the notes, hold the flag. Got my drink bottle down there on the ground. And here's some notes that I've made about what's going on. Alright, back with you, I think. So, the first thing I wanted to acknowledge, maybe if I get you on this side. Yeah, it's hard to get a good shot. I think what I'll do is, I'll come around this way. It's hard to move with this chain on. Hopefully you can see a bit of that traffic coming down the freeway, see a bit of that green flag. So I wanted to begin by acknowledging that we are standing today on Kaurna land and Paramount land. We acknowledge and pay our respects to the Kaurna and Paramount people. This land was stolen from them. Sovereignty has never been ceded. First Nations people have occupied and cared for this continent for over 65,000 years. Theirs are the oldest continuing cultures on the planet. Aboriginal and Torres Strait Islander people were Australia's first explorers, navigators, engineers, farmers. Oh, is it? It's a nice beat. Botanists, scientists, diplomats, astronomers and artists. We acknowledge their connection to the land. We stand today on Ghana and Paramount land. We are Extinction Rebellion. We're a non-violent global network. We act in peace. We openly challenge this toxic system. We have 3 demands: tell the truth, act now, and go beyond politics. Tell the truth means that our government needs to tell us exactly what is going on with this climate crisis that we're in the middle of. Act now means that we're demanding as Extinction Rebellion that the government reduce emissions to net zero by 2025. And go beyond politics means that we want... I'll just unfurl my flag. Oh, they've slowed the traffic. They've slowed the traffic. So go beyond politics means that we want... This is beyond politics. This is not a political game. And so we're calling for governments to work together, all sides of the political spectrum to work together to solve this crisis, because it is beyond politics. And a citizens' assembly is our request, is our demand. Thank you, sir, or madam. So we're on the South Eastern Freeway. We are planning to occupy this site for as long as possible. I'll just do a bit of a scan around for you so you can see what else is going on. As I said, on the pole down that way, we've got another rebel. His name's Keith, and he's here for exactly the same reason. Over there, I think you can probably see, got another rebel, Ian, who's set up a beautiful looking sign there, and a beautiful pink flag. And over here, you can probably see the news crew. I think that's probably Channel 9, and you can probably see a couple of our photographers. And up there, you can probably see the traffic. So they've slowed the traffic to a nice... Let's have a look. Well, it says 90 down there, so just beyond Keith, you can go 90 again. If you look down there, as soon as they get to that next traffic sign, it says 90, so they're free to go. But at this point here, I would say it's one of our... So that person's sort of... I don't know what that was. That was maybe a bit of the throttle being unleashed. Oh, that guy said, "You're ruining my drive to work." So, getting a few different opinions. Let's have another look. So let's have see what these drivers are sort of thinking about this. It's a pretty confronting. See a couple of Extinction Rebellion. There's someone taking a photo of us. See a couple of Extinction Rebellion rebels dressed as koalas on the freeway in their morning commute. It's not something you see every day. So our message is that we are all on a freeway to extinction. We demand that the government, Australian government, take drastic emergency action to achieve net zero carbon emissions by 2025. We don't like inconveniencing people, but this traffic inconvenience this morning is like a drop in the ocean compared to what is coming. I personally see this as my moral duty. If your house was on fire, I wouldn't leave you in your house asleep to burn to death. I'd go and wake you up. I'd shake you. And we're here today to tell you that your house is on fire. And we all need to wake up. Every one of these people, we're all in this together. It's not us and them, it's everyone. So why koalas? Koalas are, as we know, oh, that bloke said, "Fucking idiot." He was on his motorbike. He's got a nice looking Harley there. He's probably annoyed that he's going slowly. So there's a fair bit of traffic down here on a weekday morning. So we'll probably get a few Instagram shots, I'd say. Still traffic is slowed. Yeah, so why koalas? Koalas are an iconic Australian symbol, we know that, but sadly now They are also an iconic symbol of this path, or this freeway, to extinction that is faced and has been faced by countless species. I'm going to turn my page now. Koalas are listed as vulnerable, and their category is gradually being ramped up. They are currently being considered for official listing as endangered, but they're representative of a broader pattern of extinction. A rapidly growing number of species worldwide face annihilation. We are in the midst of the 6th mass extinction. If you don't know what that is, look that up. It's worth you knowing what exactly that is. It means that up to 200 species are becoming extinct every single day. So that means today, up to 200 species will become extinct. That means tomorrow, which is Tuesday, up to another 200 species will become extinct. And then on Wednesday, up to another 200 species will become extinct. It's the 6th mass extinction. And I hate to break it to you, morning commuters, but we are actually facing a very real threat to the survival of human civilization. We're here to challenge the Australian government's lack of action on climate change. Governments all around the world are committing to net zero emission targets. It's critical that Australia steps up to tackle this climate crisis. Australia must take serious and immediate action. Dr. Karl Krushenitsky, we probably all know Dr. Karl. He describes the type of action that we need to take as like going on a war footing. Just think about that for a little while. What does that mean? If you're in the middle of a war, so he's saying go on a war footing. What he means is that we need to go to extraordinary lengths to ensure our survival. This is not a political game. This is a game, it's not a game, this is survival or not of our civilization. We in Australia must become world leaders. Our leaders have a responsibility. They have to stop dodging the question, and they have to do something. They need to do everything in their power to protect us. Protect these people that are driving, trying to get to work, trying to pay their bills. And most people don't have time to read all of these facts about what's actually going on. That's why the government needs to do their job and needs to tell the truth. Just like if you're facing a global pandemic, the government tells you the truth. They get the best scientists that know exactly what they're talking about. So I think that's a beep of support, that one. And they listen to the scientists, and they look after their citizens, because that's why we've put them into power, right? We would hope. Now, we know that scientific papers normally have a sober tone, but scientists are now saying the situation has become so bad that it would not be ethical. It would be ethical not to use. It would not be ethical not to use strong language. I think this is getting confused with the double negatives. Basically, what they're saying is they're using strong language now because to not do so wouldn't be right. They're describing a biological annihilation of wildlife in recent decades, and they're saying that this is quote unquote, it threatens the survival of human civilization. They say we just have a short window of time in which to act. The current rate of extinction of species is estimated at 100 to 1,000 times higher than the natural background extinction rates. Widespread, why do they say it's somewhere between 100 and 1,000 times higher? I'll tell you why. Because widespread degradation of highly biodiverse habitats such as coral reefs and rainforests. Now, that means basically we've got we've got a lot of animals in those biologically diverse areas, biodiverse habitats. And because there's so many animals, a lot of them go undocumented. That's why scientists can't put an exact number on it, but they've got ways of... Yay! Oh, that's the finger. Okay, so I thought that was a beep of support, but it was the middle finger put up on the side. So he sort of did I don't know if you can imagine, you get your middle finger and you put it sideways. It gave me that one. So that's one unhappy customer. So I'm not sure. Some people are not sure. Others are giving us the finger. Probably it's just a few people crying, I'd say, because they know this. I was going to say shit. Am I allowed to swear? They know this shit is real. Yeah. So I don't know what he was filming as he went. So he's probably putting it on his Instagram feed. You don't see a couple of koalas every day. Yeah. So this is why we're here to. Basically, we need to take action as a society. It's not a political game. I'm going to turn my page again because I've got some more things that I want to talk about. And this is not your normal soapbox, I realise. But we are Extinction Rebellion. We act in peace. This is non-violent civil disobedience. So as you can see, everyone's safe. And it looks like the police are on their way. I can see. So she said, "You're making me late for work, you idiot." That was what that lady said. So it seems like, not sure, I couldn't catch that one, but it seems like it's mainly the angry people that are sort of talking. People are looking like their kids are there. What are these people doing? Maybe taking photographs. But yeah, the angry ones seem to be the ones that tend to want to say something, wind their windows down and yell something out. Yeah, okay. So now if you're not sure about the information, hopefully most people would trust the Bureau of Meteorology. It's an Australian government institution that gives us our weather every day. The Australian Bureau of Meteorology has confirmed its forecast that Australia is on track for 4.4 degrees of warming. How does that sound to everyone? 4.4 degrees. This is another thing which people find a little bit difficult to comprehend. If it's 4.4 degrees hotter tomorrow than it is today, that's okay, isn't it? But what this means is an average temperature of 4.4 degrees, and what it means is more severe weather events. So the bushfires of last summer were much more severe than they've ever been because of this climate crisis and the ecological crisis that we're in. So if you take some time to read about that, or go on and watch an Australian government sponsored video about it, not sponsored, they don't sponsor things, like go to a reputable site and look up what would 4.4 degrees Celsius of global warming mean. That's what Australia is on track for. And I can tell you that it means social collapse. So it means that our society doesn't, there is no society anymore, it crumbles. So I'd like to, we all know Greta Thunberg. Let me just recap quickly, because some of you might have only joined just now. So, looks like, just a bit of an update about the traffic situation. It looks like the police have stopped traffic in the right lane on the up track. So they've got a police vehicle there with its lights flashing, and they've slowed the traffic right down on both sides of the freeway now. And they're getting people to go into the two most left lanes on the up track. The down track, they've still got 3 lanes fully flowing, so people might think they're going to be a bit late for work, but they're probably going to get there roughly the same time this morning. As I said, our purpose is not to give your average worker going to work on a Monday morning a hard time. We just need to find ways of drawing attention to this crisis that we're in. We've found that thought this was a good way, so that's why we dressed up as koalas. Good morning. If anyone's got a coffee and they're coming down the freeway and they could pull over in the right lane, someone gave me a wave. Yeah, just coffee would be awesome. Just black, no sugar. Yeah, cheers. Okay, so yeah, you all know Greta Thunberg. Hopefully you do. She's the activist that sat outside the Swedish Parliament and started the Fridays things. Oh, by the way, I haven't shown you my chain. I think you can see it there. So we're chained. Keith and I are chained to these poles. That was a beep. I'm not sure what that beep was about, but so yeah, so we're chained here. We want to stay here. Get a job. That was get a job, that one. So yeah, he's obviously got a job. He's off to work. Oh, I hope he's got a job, because a lot of people haven't at the moment. It's been a rough year. I've sort of got 3 jobs. Well, I've got 3 jobs, and I do this. I volunteer to do this Extinction Rebellion stuff, and all the people that I know, people that are actively either employed or actively engaged as volunteers. So, in the works of Greta Thunberg, this is an excerpt from her speech at the World Economic Forum in Davos, 25th of January 2019, that was last year, 25th of January. She said, and I quote, "We are facing a disaster of unspoken sufferings for enormous amounts of people. And now is not the time for speaking politely or focusing on what we can or cannot say. Now is the time to speak clearly. Solving the climate crisis is the greatest and most complex challenge that Homo sapiens have ever faced."
You fuckheads!
Yeah, that was "get off the road, you fuckheads." I'm just, because you might not be able to hear, so I'm just making sure that their messages get through loud and clear to those viewers at home. Play along. Yeah, so she said now is the time to speak clearly, she said. This is Greta Thunberg. Solving the climate crisis is the greatest and most complex challenge that Homo sapiens have ever faced. The main solution, however, is so simple that even a small child can understand it. We have to stop our emissions of greenhouse gases. And either we do that or we don't. She said, "You say that nothing in life is black or white, but that is a lie, a very dangerous lie." Just unfurling my flag again, excuse me. She says, either we prevent 1.5 degrees of warming or we don't. She said this in January 2019. Either we choose to go on as a civilization or we don't. That is as black and white as it gets. There are no grey areas when it comes to survival. Now, she said, we all have a choice. We can create transformational action that will safeguard the living conditions for future generations, or we can continue with our business as usual and fail. She said, that is up to you and me. So just a reminder, I'll give you a bit of a tour of the area. There's the news crews, I think that's probably Channel 9, and Ian over there, one of our rebels, is being interviewed. We've got some photographers, Extinction Rebellion rebels photographers. We've got Keith, who is on the next pole further down the freeway. He was also dressed as a koala, and we're both chained on with very thick chain. I don't know if you can see that. We're not planning to go anywhere. We're going to stay here until people hear what we're saying. And yeah, as I said, the traffic's been slowed. It's still slowing both sides of the freeway. So we've got the down track, and you can see the up track behind me coming up. So in terms of extinction, what does that mean? In the last 100 years, figures on extinction have grown exponentially. The current rate... Oh, that was a good one. Current rate is...
I really don't give a shit.
He said, that guy said, "Now I really don't give a shit." That's interesting, isn't it? That's a really interesting... I think that person said dickhead. So yeah, it seems to be causing a lot of anger. Hey! Fucking wanker that one was, but see, I think that... Hey, thumbs up! Beauty, mate, love ya. Alright, so we're getting a bit of a diverse reaction now. That beeping of the car horn from that white Ford Falcon was definitely a happy beep. I could tell, so I did a little dance with my foot. Yeah, so okay, getting back to serious business. Maybe this is too serious, but it's not. We don't really have sorry about my language, we don't have a choice. So in the last 100 years, figures on extinction have grown exponentially. The current rate is estimated to be around 1,000 species per year. Human activities are the triggering factor. In a negligible amount of time, we've devastated entire ecosystems and altered the chemical composition of the atmosphere and the climatic and chemical balance of the oceans. Extinction is forever. I'm not sure what that was a good comment, probably. Missed it. The list of species that have gone extinct because of Homo sapiens is immense. and it constantly requires updating. And as I said before, they can't actually document all of the species that are going extinct every day. There is no way back from extinction. That's what it means. It means the species no longer exists on this planet. The list of species that have gone extinct because of Homo sapiens is immense, as I said. The loss of a species determines the definitive disappearance of a particular tile in the mosaic of life, which had past tense, had evolved and adapted to a certain environment. Overall, it is a loss for all life on Earth. I'm going to turn my page again. Maybe I'll get my drink. Hello. I'm getting a bit... So I'm interested to see that the police haven't tried to cut us off yet. They're still just diverting traffic on the up track, and they're just keeping traffic going slow. So it's interesting. It certainly gives me a chance to get through the speech that I'd written. Something about you idiot. I don't know. I only caught the end of it. Trying to relay these messages from angry drivers to you, because I think that's really a big part of the story right here. Get a life, and then the second thing was, it was a 4-letter word starting.
Fucking road!
Yeah, the second. I'm going back to the. Get off the fucking road. That's pretty straightforward. The previous one was get a life, you, and then it was a 4-letter word starting with C, and I'm not going to repeat that on here. I feel like that's probably overstepping the mark for a live stream to Facebook, which could be going to the younger generation of viewers too. So yeah, in the last decade, this is 2010 to 2019, which we've just finished, the International Union for the Conservation of Nature, they're called the IUCN, they declared a whole bunch of the extinction of a whole bunch of species. And I've got them listed on this, I don't know if you can see this page here. So there's quite a few pages of them on here that they've listed, and as I said before, it's not all the species that have gone extinct, it's just the ones that they've been able to document in the time that they've had. So these species are mostly little known, perhaps not as charismatic as a koala, beings such as invertebrates. It's a list of plants and animals that we'll never see again. So I'm going to read some of these out to you. As I said, this is between 2010 to 2019. These are the ones that have been documented by the Union for the Conservation of Nature, the IUCN. The desert batong, the small marsupial, belonged to the Potterus genus. Excuse my pronunciation of a lot of these things. It was declared extinct by the IUCN in 2016. The Capricorn rabbit rat, this small nocturnal rodent native to Australia belonging to the Conilurus genus, the IUCN declared it extinct in 2016. Some of these have just got Latin names. So this one is the Deucyon avis, perhaps. I hope I'm saying these things correctly. This canid was once found in the grassy plains of Patagonia and the Pampas in South America. The species was added to the IUCN's list in 2015. Get a job, you fuckhead, and bloody idiot. And now the police have arrived, so I don't know if you're getting a good view of that. It's hard to... My camera is... We've got a couple of officers here. Retard, that was. So yeah, this list of extinct species that have been... something about you fuckhead. It's pretty common. This list of animals, I might not get time to go through them now. Perhaps I can post them on the chat afterwards. Because I think this is more interesting to see what the police are going to do here. So if we go back down there, you can see Keith, he's on the next pole down that way. So it looks like there's a police officer in a bright yellow jacket coming up to talk to you. So Keith's got a blue flag down there. He's also dressed as a koala. And so we'll just see what we won't know what the police officer's got to say, but the television crews... Oh, that was get a job, fuckhead. So that was from a woman who was driving I think you call them an SUV. She looked like she was in her 30s. She looked like she'd spent a bit of time getting ready for... Get off the road, you fucking idiots. That was another one. But yeah, so people of all different... I don't know, jobs, backgrounds... People are all angry about this. They just want to get to work on Monday. I guess they love their work. Go, go, go. Fuck off. See if we can get some people on camera. That'd be cool. I'll put the camera down. I'll put the camera down for you. Nah, no one's going to talk. As soon as you put the camera in their face, they don't want to talk. So back down to Keith. He's down the next spot down there. He's getting spoken to by the police. But they're still down there. No one's come to talk to me yet. I guess they're going to make their way up here in a minute. Perhaps I should just reiterate what we're doing here. So I'll go back to the... I'm sorry about all of the mammals and birds and countless other species that I didn't get time to read you out because we will never see you again. We meet today on Kaurna and Paramount land. We acknowledge and pay our respects to the Kaurna and Paramount people. This land was stolen from them and sovereignty has never been ceded. First Nations people have occupied and cared for this continent for over 65,000 years. These are the oldest continuing cultures on the planet. We acknowledge their connection to the land, and we stand today on Kaurna and Paramount land. So we are Extinction Rebellion. We're a non-violent global network. We act in peace. We openly challenge this toxic system, and we have 3 demands of government, and that is tell the truth, act now, and go beyond politics. The copper over there, and the police officer over there. So we've got some more police down that way. Looks like they've got 3 police vehicles down that way now. Got some. If I can get my in the shot. I don't know if that's my, but it's someone over there. A couple of police officers over there, so it's attracting a bit of attention. I realise there's a strong news article with the COVID thing that's going on, and that's a real problem. But that is actually nowhere near as serious as the problem of global warming. I know people might find that hard to believe, but the COVID thing is yes, it's a big problem. I'm not saying that it's not. It's a huge problem. But the climate problem is bigger than that. I don't know if people can get their heads around that, but just that it is what it is. So our society hasn't collapsed because of COVID, but scientists are warning us that our societies have a very real chance, our civilization has a very real chance of collapsing because of global warming. So we're on the South Eastern Freeway in Adelaide. Hello Adelaide, yeah! Just below the Hyson Tunnels. You can't see the Hyson Tunnels up there. They're not in view, but we're just below the Hyson Tunnels. And I'm getting a message from Keith that one of the other rebels, I think, has been cut off. Chosen to. No, he's still there. So I'm not sure what that message was from Ian. Sorry. But yeah, police are obviously in discussions with our police liaison. I think that's perhaps what Ian was alluding to. So they're over there having a talk to Trish, and she's the police liaison today, who will be transferring the messages from the police to us. Obviously it's a bit hard to talk to a couple of koalas in the middle of the freeway who are chained with these chains and padlocks. Get a job, that one was. Something about another C word, sorry about that. It's terrible language out here on a Monday morning on the South Eastern Freeway. So we're planning to stay here for as long as possible. Our message is that we are all on a freeway to extinction, and we demand that the Australian government take drastic emergency action to achieve net zero carbon emissions by 2025. Knowing that we are in the year 2020, and that was a decent finger. Yeah. Yeah, this is good. The trucks are going at a nice pace so I can get some... I don't mean to make fun of them. I'm not actually making fun of them. I just think it's important to know what people's reactions are as they go past. I can't see, but maybe that comes out on the camera. So yeah, the traffic's actually died down a bit. I don't know what the time is now. How many people are watching? It says we've got 13 people watching. We're getting some messages, getting some messages in, but I can't read them because my phone is in a plastic sheath just in case, and it's tied around my wrist, just in case, you know, I don't want to drop it and cause any more danger than we're already facing with this climate crisis. As I said, we're Extinction Rebellion. We don't like inconveniencing people, and that's obviously the main objection this morning from people. But we want people to know that this inconvenience this morning is like a drop in the ocean compared to what is coming. And I personally see this as my moral duty. It's like if you were in a house and it was on fire and you were asleep, I wouldn't just let you burn. I would run in there and shake you and wake you up and carry you out if I needed to. That's just a fuck off wankers, that one was. So yeah, that's just a human thing I think that we do for each other. So that's so I'm not sure if that conversation went out to the world. I'm gonna finish this and upload this live stream, and then I'll start another one just in case. I don't want to lose this. Yeah, sorry, I'll just put this in its sheet. Oh, sorry, I'll just get this sorted and then I'm done.
Yeah.
So I'm just streaming to Facebook Live by this camera here. Are you happy to be on camera?
Yeah.
Are you? Yeah. Do you want to say hi, or I think we can. Is that me? It's hard to see. I'll crouch down. Hang on.
Oh, it's been recorded by the media anyway over the road, and I've got my recorder going as well.
No, I know. Hang on. See if this works. You got your recording. I got my recording.
Yeah, that's all good. So what can we do to try and help today?
So basically, we're sending a message to governments to say that they need to. We've got three. We're Extinction Rebellion, and we've got three demands.
Yeah.
Those demands are tell the truth. So we want them to tell the truth to the Australian community, the Australian public, and about what the climate crisis actually is, what's really going on.
Very serious.
Yep. And we want them to act now. So we're demanding net zero carbon emissions by 2025, and we want them to go beyond politics. So we want them to go beyond politics. So we don't want them to be in a political game of it anymore. We want them to actually just do what they need to do. And so that's what we're trying to achieve. So we'll just stay here for as long as it takes to achieve that. Those three demands.
So there's nothing I can do to convince you to come down. So we can, because bear in mind we've got the media here now. People have seen that you're Facebook streaming this.
Yeah.
You've had a number of vehicles, high quantity of vehicles come by and have seen your flags, have seen you guys, have seen the demonstration.
Yeah. It's not really for the people. We're not here for the people that are driving past.
Yeah.
We realise we're inconveniencing them, and the traffic's been slowed, and they might be a little bit late for work. We apologise for that, but we feel like that's just such a small inconvenience compared to the inconvenience that is coming. Well, there's here already with climate change. It's just getting worse. So.
Well, we can see that, can't we?
Yeah. We're already seeing it. Yeah. So. My particular view is that the traffic is still flowing, and it can still flow all day like this.
Oh, of course it can still flow.
And what speed are they doing?
They're doing 40.
40, yeah. I mean, to me, that's a reasonable speed. Considering the climate crisis, I can understand that some people might be a bit late. But if you think that up at the top of at Crayford's, there's been roadworks going on for however many months that's been going on, then you've got to go 40 through there, right? So the traffic's still flowing. You could consider it like another roadwork.
Yeah,
like
I understand. Our concern here is as well the safety for yourself and for Keith.
Yeah.
Okay, I know you're strapped on it, and also our own safety.
Yeah.
Because we have to come over here and deal with this. As you can see, there's 4 police cars down there.
Yeah.
There's 8 police officers out on the street.
Yeah.
You got 2 ladies over here on the side, and also a number of people over there. Okay.
Yeah.
What happens is when people are coming up here, you're dressed up as a koala. They're looking, what's going on?
Yeah.
and they may have an accident. They may crash into one of your people over there, or they may crash into one of my colleagues. Okay, so that's my concern at the minute.
It's safety.
People's safety. I understand you have your political. Well, it's not your political views.
Yeah.
You got your views.
Yeah.
Okay, and your views are valid.
Yeah.
Okay, and I respect your views.
Yeah.
And I share a lot of beliefs as you do.
Yeah.
Okay, and an awful lot of people here do.
I'll come and
Okay.
sit down. Can you hold that?
Yeah, no problem, mate. No problem. But my role as a police officer here is different to what my personal views are.
Yeah, I understand that. Yeah,
So
for sure.
what I need to do is try and resolve this safely,
Yeah,
so no one gets hurt.
Yeah.
So you don't get hurt, so no police officers get hurt.
Yeah.
And to use the most minimal amount of resources and force necessary.
yeah, I understand that.
Okay.
I understand
So that's
resources are an issue.
Yeah, so that's what I'm saying to you. How can I do that today? If you're going to say to me, there's nothing I can do, then that's fair enough.
Oh yeah. So on my job doesn't entail. Your job is looking after the safety of the public, and you're doing. You guys do, and when men and women do an amazing job, and we really appreciate the job that you do. In all sincerity, like but yeah, that's not. I can't make those decisions for you, so you'll have to make those decisions.
Yeah, fair enough.
But my decision is that I'm, as you can see, got this chain.
Yeah.
And I'll just stay here until the government,
Now-
you know, and it
now-
might be 5 years. I mean, I
You're
might
not
have
going
to.
to stay here. See it?
Well, I
You're gonna
can
have a sore bum.
potentially, yeah, sore bum. But someone might bring me a pillow. You might bring me a pillow.
Okay,
I
I
could
think we
sleep
both.
here.
I think we both. You're obviously a sensible person.
Yeah.
We know you're not going to be staying here for 5 years. Okay.
5 years might be a stretch. What do you think, viewers at home? I'd like to. Do you mind if I just
We're
engage?
doing a poll and see how many.
Yeah,
we're gonna
well,
get.
can someone start a poll and see how long I'll be on here? How's Keith going down the other
Yeah,
poll?
he's doing
Talking
all
of
right.
polls,
Doing all
we're on POLES, and we're asking viewers at home to start a POLLS, different type of poll. Yeah. Do you mind saying your name? First
right.
name?
Paul.
Paul, are we allowed to ask you like your full name? Is that a legal thing that we're allowed to do or not?
Senior Constable Dowling, Paul Dowling,
Yeah.
from Norwood Police Station. I'm the acting sergeant for the area today.
Yeah. Thank you. Yeah. Nice to meet you.
You too,
Under
mate.
unusual circumstances. Yeah, so this is Paul. Yeah, so I'll just stay here and
You're gonna stay.
my opinion is, yeah, the traffic's still flowing at 40. And
It is still flowing.
I noticed you had as I said, I'm not here to do your job for
No,
you, but
no.
I noticed that you had one vehicle that was diverting traffic out of this right lane. So
Would you like a vehicle brought up a bit closer to?
I'm perfectly happy here.
You're happy where you are?
Yeah, totally.
Is there anything I can get you while you're here?
No, I've got water.
Got water?
All good, yeah. Thank you.
Okay, mate. Well, look, I'm up and down.
All right.
You need anything, just give us a shout.
Yeah. Will do.
Get it sorted out.
Cheers,
All right,
thanks,
mate.
Paul. So that's Paul. As you can see, the South Australian Police are an amazing bunch of people. Tricky thing is to... Someone gave me the thumbs up. Tricky thing is to try and drink water and hold your speech under your arm and unfurl your flag. It's just all about logistics, really, being an activist. A lot of it's pretty mundane. As Keith. So yeah, maybe a bit about myself. How did I get into this? I have always thought that we should look after our planet and its inhabitants, but I've only recently become what people would refer to as a extreme climate activist, I guess. My view is that this is not extreme when you're faced with what we're faced as a civilization. I'm gonna have a drink. Cockhead. Yeah. Hello, someone waved. So getting a howdy. Getting a different. I think the thing is that what you do here is you hear the people that shout out their windows, but the people that are waving are very quiet and they're not shouting things out, but they're giving you a wave and a smile and saying, "Yep, we know what you're talking about." It's another one that's yelling out the window. So they're the vocal ones, they're the ones that we hear. But I've heard stories from people that have seen these types of actions that have been stopped at roadblocks that sit in their cars and cry. Yeah. So they're not all angry people, and sometimes that anger is actually a type of grief. I mean, I'm not a psychologist, but I feel like sometimes that's the type of grief that's being expressed as anger. Grief about what we're facing on this planet. Right, I'm gonna have another drink. I wonder how Keith's going down there. Oh, I can't turn around. Just gonna do my back in. So I guess inevitably with this live stream my phone is going to run out of battery, because I just have an iPhone 6 here that I'm doing this live feed from. So if I am here for a couple of days or 5 years, obviously I won't be able to live stream the whole time. I'd love to, unless someone can bring a battery pack or maybe like a portable charger. Yay! Someone was giving me a thumbs up. And maybe a coffee as well. That would be pretty cool. As I said, just a long black. Should have asked the police officer did ask me what was I thinking? Coffee and maybe something to eat, like an apple would be really cool. But I don't want a coffee in a plastic cup. I want it to be in a like a keep cup thing, or just a mug from your office, from your house. So it's just a hint going out there to people that might be wanting to support the rebellion, but looking for ways to do it which is not as confrontational as what Keith and I are doing here on the middle of the freeway. Maybe just bring a rebel a coffee. Have I hinted enough? I think that's probably enough. Water's good. Now I'm drinking out of a plastic bottle, which I don't normally do. The reason I'm doing that is for safety concern on the freeway. I have a metal drink bottle which I use, and I have used. That was Keith. He wants to have a chat, so I'm going to just finish this and catch you all soon. Morning. I mean, yeah, it's still morning. Are we on? Let's have a look. Live. Yep. I think we're on. All right. Hello again. I'm back with you. So I just had word that they do want to get us off the road. So they're not going to directly speak to the Australian government. I didn't expect they would, but so yeah, we're just Keith's in conversation with the police down there. I don't know if you can see. I'll try and turn around. Oh, we've got some viewers again, some love hearts. Where's that from? Maybe I can see if I can talk to you. Adelaide Climate Save, thank you. Morning, back with you. We're live. So I've taken the phone out of its sheath. I reckon I've got this in terms of holding it and then maybe be able to see your messages. So yeah, if you want to send a message in, feel free, that'd be cool. I'll try and reply, or I'll at least talk to you. So, because I've got this new setup here with the chain, I've realised, oh yeah, thanks mate. I've realised that if I lean backwards a bit, so I've got the chain here, if I lean out a bit, I can it's quite comfortable. So that's Adelaide Climate Save saying it's me, Sarah. Hi Sarah, how are you? What are you up to? We probably don't need to have a long conversation, but nice that you're watching. The police officer down there. So they've closed. I thought they closed. So yeah, it's causing a pretty big inconvenience. I realise that. I want to acknowledge that we are on Ghana and Paramount land this morning, and the sovereignty has never been ceded. We pay our respects to the Ghana people and the Paramount people. Chris Delaney's watching. Thank you, Chris. Oh, thumbs up from someone. Cheers. Great job, Dave. Oh, thanks, Sarah. It's nice to have a bit of support. We've been getting a few abusive shout-outs from drivers. Yeah, we are. Yeah, drunken retard. It's a classic. Can someone also keep a count of So here comes officer. This might be Paul again coming to talk to me, I'm not sure. He wasn't probably expecting this. Probably wasn't expecting this when he rolled up to work this morning. So we're Extinction Rebellion. We act in peace. We're a non-violent global network. We're here to. We've got 3 demands. I just talked to officer.
You alright there?
Yeah, good.
No,
No, it's right. But would you have to grab that for me, the bit of paper, or not? You don't have to.
I'll leave it for a second, mate. I'll grab it. Once you get down, I'll grab it, alright?
Yeah.
Because I'll make an ass of myself falling over this wall.
Yeah, I know. Yeah.
I just need to grab your details, if that's alright, mate. Have you got your driver's license?
I have, yeah. So, Paul's just asking for my driver's license.
No need to know, is there?
Say again?
No need to shouting.
Oh no, they've been, yeah, I was just saying to the...
That's right, I'll grab it out and give you the rest of your stuff back.
No, that's all right.
You got the rest of it, mate.
I was just saying it's the angry people that make themselves heard. Yeah.
Always away, mate. Always away.
Yeah. So my address has changed even since then.
Oh, since then.
I've moved again. So I can give that to you in a minute.
What's your address down there?
Shall I write it down for you? Because I probably don't want to say it to the world.
Yeah, it's not a problem.
Oh, it's beautiful, yeah. I've just moved about 3 weeks ago.
Yeah, well, that's a nice area as well.
I think we're still on. Yeah, thanks Chris for the advice. No, thanks Chris for the advice. Yeah, I've just written down those details and got my driver's license. Thanks, mate. So it looks like they're maybe got the big guns. G'day, how are you?
You haven't got COVID, have you?
No, I have not. No, and I haven't been anywhere. Thanks, mate. I'm gonna try and put my speech back in my pocket. Don't want to lose that. I could auction it maybe. If you want to start an auction. Yeah, maybe. So, Chris, cheers, mate. Yeah, keys too. Yeah, absolutely. That's your message. Right, the wind is giving us a nice bit of fluttering of the Extinction Rebellion flag there. So I'm not sure what's happening down there. Maybe they're trying to remove Keith from the road, remove our other rebel from the road, with some bolt cutters or something. See what happens with that, I guess. And I'll check my battery power. I don't know. Oh, I suppose it doesn't matter. No, maybe this is probably a bit of a slow moment in terms of the footage. So maybe I'll just stop it, and when something else happens, I'll start it again, just so I've got a bit of battery left. So back with you again. They're coming with an angle grinder by the looks to cut us off.
How are you, mate? What's your name?
Dave.
Dave, is it?
Yeah.
No worries. We're just going to cut the chain off.
Are you?
I'll get you to sit down on your bum
Yeah.
so that you're not going to fall off when the chain comes loose.
Alright. Do you want to hold my flag?
Yeah, I'll take it.
Can you hold that? Alright, so they're going to cut me off and I'll just hang up now, so see you guys. Hey, back with you. Just giving you my ear got kind of half. I don't know. When I got pulled off the road like that, it's gone on one side, so I've got one ear up and one ear down. It's not. Oh, that's better. Okay. So yeah, just giving you an update. So we've been issued. Well, we're going to be issued with what, an expiation notice?
notices.
I think by the South Australian Police. And so I just want to say we're all okay, and we're heading off. And this is Keith.
Hey.
How'd you find it?
It was really good. It was scary at first. The nerves sort of went away pretty quick. When the traffic slowed real early on, that was like a real good thing. That, okay, cool, they know we're here. So that was made me feel really, really good and safe. The police pulled up behind me and stayed there for a period of time before they got out of the car. So I was like, okay, what's going on here? They know I'm here, but they're not doing anything. But yeah, 100% glad I did it. 100% gonna do it again. Sorry, Jeff.
Sorry, Jeff.
Sorry, Jeff.
And Maya, is it alright if we talk to you briefly?
Hello.
Hello. So, Maya, can I tell them that what you did for us today with the faces? So Maya is responsible for the way we look. She has done that. How did you find it, Maya?
How did I find it?
Yeah.
Very fun.
Very fun?
Yeah.
Awesome. Alright, so yeah, we're all safe and sound, and we'll catch you later.